hard to keep. My computer broke down, and a 10-year-old kid next door came over and fixed it. 10 years old. And I said, well, what was wrong? He said, it was an ID10T problem. I said, what's that? He said, write it out. It spells idiot. I loaned a friend of mine $8,000. He got a facelift. Now I don't know where he is or what he was. I had a fender bender, and I walked over to the guy's car and I said, you drinking? He said, oh, you buying? I invested in a baseball team in Bakersfield. They call themselves the Possums. They're great at home, but they get killed on the road. I remember Prince Charles walked in to see the Queen Mother. He says, hello, Mother. He says, hello, Charles. How are you? He says, fine. I'm going on a 2-week vacation. He said, oh, well, that's wonderful. Have a good time. Drop in when you get back. He said, I will. 2 weeks go by. He comes back in. He said, Mother, I'm home from the vacation. She said, yes, Charles. I saw you on television. You had on the white suit with the medals, but why were you wearing the fox hat? Well, you told me to. I did? Yes. I said I was going on vacation, and you said, where? And I said, to Botswana. And you said, where the fox at? There was a patrolman, and he was cruising around in the countryside, and he came across a very bad accident. He looked in the back seat, and the man and woman were dead. And suddenly a chimpanzee comes slithering out of the wreckage. And he said, what happened? And he went, they were drinking. What else? They were smoking marijuana? Anything else? They were making love in the back seat? What were you doing? And you know what irritates me? Is all the excuses that women have for not wanting sex. I'm tired, I'm washing my hair, I have a headache, I'm your sister-in-law. And the couple next door were invited to a big party. And he said, she said, I don't want to go, you go alone. So he went alone, and he drank, and he danced, and he sang, and he ended up in bed with a very mean and self-centered woman. And so they suddenly realized that he'd made it home safely. We're here to learn, aren't we? I like the word wisdom, and I looked it up in the dictionary. And it said, good judgment, knowledgeable, learned. And I remember Richard Pryor said you can learn all the words to a routine, but it takes 10 years to learn the timing. And Albert Einstein said, you go to school not to learn facts, you go to school to learn how to think. And anyway, this duck walked into a bar. And he said, I'd like a strawberry milkshake. He said, we don't serve strawberry milkshakes here. Next night, same bar. I'd like to buy a strawberry milkshake. He said, I told you last night, we don't serve. If you come in here again, I'll mail you a little feet to the counter. Next night he goes in, you got any nails? No. Give me a strawberry milkshake. You know, times change and comedy changes. Someone called me and said, I just saw you at Phyllis Diller on the old Groucho Marx show, You Bet Your Life. I said, they still running that thing? Groucho had great timing, and he would thrust his head forward on the punchline. I said to the librarian, there are no books on suicide. And she said, yeah, they don't seem to return them. And he said, I am so depressed, I think I'll go out and buy a gun and shoot myself. She said, why don't you rent one? But I was telling a joke that kind of raised some eyebrows in Chicago. We did a thing for the heads of the McDonald Corporation. And the three bears aren't living together any longer. They had a big fight. And the judge is talking to Baby Bear. And he said, you'll live with your mother. He said, no, my mother beats me. Oh, then you'll live with your father. No, my father beats me worse. Well, do you have a relative that will take you in? I have an aunt in Chicago. Does she beat you? No, the Chicago Bears don't beat anybody.